I'm gonna make a deal with you guys. These are actually the best loadouts or best class setups for Modern Warfare 2 rank play. So if you guys use these class setups, don't be mad at me if somebody else uses it on you and absolutely destroys you, because these are insane. Like every single build of these, I'm gonna show them to you, and I hope you guys do like them. They're literally broken. I didn't exclude anything. I even showed you the freaking cast off, and I know that's GA'd, but it's not in rank play. So I'm going to show you guys everything. We're actually going to start out with the cast off, because why not? So cast off 762. This thing is quite literally broken. It's one of the most broken weapons I've ever seen in rank play, and they honestly just need to put a freaking red, like, denied sticker over it so they can't use it. Okay, so we're going to start out with the Lockshot KT85. So this is for vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. You increase the recoil stabilization by 0.62 ounces. Now here's the thing, for this build, you're gonna just want to be ADSing the majority of the time. You're not gonna be ADSing that fast. So this is gonna be about the power. This is gonna be pretty much like an anchoring thing, or if you're trying to get like cutoffs, that you're gonna want to be in the middle of the map cutting off with this weapon. So cast 10.5 84mm barrel. For damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip recoil control, movement speed. Increase the damage range by 0.31 inches and the recoil steadiness by 0.35 pounds. Put on the Slimline Pro. Move the eye position to max out the far distance. Put on the KSTV RPK factor. I did not tune this. Just leave it alone. It's for aiming stability and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight. Well, aim down sight speed, sprint speed, aim walking speed, and crouch movement speed. Lastly, I put on True Tack Grip, so it actually has some sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of a little bit of recoil control, but this thing is already maxed out for recoil control. So this thing is dangerous. Check this out. You ready? Melts extremely fast at any distance, and I didn't even need to try. So like I said, this is gonna be nasty in ranked play, because like these targets, they already have extra health and they are already going down extremely quick. Very low recoil, super low recoil, and it just gets the damage, it gets the job done. So if you want to use this build, you're literally just going to shred in rank play. It's not going to be fair. In fact, I might even make a video on this first build. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do that. We're going to move on to something else, which is the FSS Hurricane. Now, the FSS Hurricane is actually very interesting. I know a lot of people don't really know about this weapon. Like, they don't really use this weapon that much. But my buddy actually carried me with this weapon, so I have to show it off. Broom Pendulum. And the Broom Pendulum is really nice for horizontal and vertical recoil control at the cost of aiming down sight speed and aiming stability. Did not tune it, just left it alone. Put on the FSS Cannade 16-inch. Did not tune this either. For damage range, hip fire accuracy, bullet velocity at the cost of aiming down sight speed, and hip recoil control. I just don't think it's necessary to tune it. If you want to tune it, feel free. And if you wanted to actually make it a little different, maybe you can just increase the recoil steadiness by a little bit, maybe about like by the teens. But for me, I don't really need to do that, so I'm leaving that alone. Also, Demo Quicksilver stock for sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aiming stability and recoil control. Now, if you want to do something about this, best thing you can possibly do is maybe increase the aim walking speed by a little bit. That way you see the bar actually move significantly. If you don't want to do that, I mean, you can move it on the opposite end and give yourself some more aiming out stability. Either way, it's going to have a positive reaction depending on what you want to do. If you want to move around the map extremely fast, aim walking speed. If you want to be more accurate, aiming idle stability. But it already is very low recoil. Last but not least, X10 Grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of recoil control. I didn't tune this either. If I did tune it, I would increase the sprint to fire speed. Like, this could literally be an extremely fast speed build if you really wanted to make it that way. I can also show you that too. Like, it'd be sprint to fire speed and then aim down sight speed, and that, that thing would just absolutely be insane. But this is just an overall build I'm leaving alone. Actually, literally broken, and it has 50 bullets. Long range is the only downside. It's really hard to actually control this long range, so I wouldn't really deal with that. As you guys see, it just bounces all over the place. That will require a little bit more tuning. The short to medium range is actually very good. And like I said, if you want to get some more damage, you can increase the damage range. I'll just give you a quick show you that, and we're gonna increase the recoil steadiness a little bit, just about right there. If you guys want to make it a little bit better, and then Broom Pendulum, we're gonna actually increase the gun kick control, recoil stabilization. This thing's gonna be cracked out, and check this out. You guys ready? It's gonna be killing even faster. So absolutely nuts there, absolutely nuts there. Still hard to actually get the long range kill, so try to avoid that. But you guys see it actually did get the job done this time. So it's up to you, whichever you want to do, and obviously if you get, you know, upper chest shots, you'll actually get better luck. But the long range is still a little dicey. You know, it's going to be a lot harder to get those kills, but this is a great build right here if you want to try it out. Honestly, tuning's up to you though. If you want to do something with it, it's pretty much going to be optimal for close range. But next, we're going to move on to the Lockman sub. The Lockman sub is a literal G. This thing is insane. Now, I did tune this, but you guys don't really need to tune it if you don't want to. I put on the Brune Pendulum. Now, I put it on for the vertical and horizontal recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. I increased the gun kick control by 0.14 inches, and I didn't change the weight. Put on the FSS Shark Fin 90 for aiming out stability. I increased the aiming out stability by 0.18 inches and the aim down sight speed by negative 0.75 ounces. Now, F-Tech M-Sub 12-inch for bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy at the cost of aim down sight speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control. I increased the damage range by 0.37 inches and the recoil steadiness by 0.21 pounds. Absolutely insane. Now, here's another thing I want to actually show you guys. Lockman TCG-10. Recoil control and aiming stability. Now, I increased the sprint to fire speed by negative 0.19 inches and the aim down sight speed by negative 0.45 ounces. Since this thing is optimal for recoil control already, you don't really need to change anything with aiming. You just want to have your mobility on point and handling. And last but not least, FT Mobile stock for aiming stability, crash movement speed, and aim down sight speed, the cost of aim walking speed, sprint speed, and recoil control. Now, I increased the aim down sight speed by negative 3.48 ounces, and I did not change the length. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Short to medium range does great damage. Long range is going to be a little bit more complicated, so don't even try it. Just stick to the short to medium range. Has basically no recoil. And if you guys want to see how fast this ADS is, ADS is at a good speed. I mean, it's not super fast, but it's still fast enough to get the job done. Plus, when you're jump shotting, you'll be able to just, you know, jump shot and actually get on target with the enemies. So it's something I really like to use. In my opinion, I think that it's probably just as strong as the Vaznev, if not a little bit stronger, especially mid-range. I think close-range Vaznev might have it beat, but mid-range absolutely beats the Vaznev, and it just, in my opinion, has more power per bullet. So we're going to move on to the Vaznev. Now, I actually have a lot of versions of the Vaznev I want to show you, but I'm going to keep it to 2 just because I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset with the amount of, you know, diversity for the Vaznev I really have. I have one with the barrel, one without the barrel. I'm going to show you the one with the barrel first. So, Vaznev 9K with the barrel. This is Brune Pendulum, CAS 1 381mm, and FSS Shark Fin 90, True Tac grip, and Oprizat stock. So, Brune Pendulum for vertical and horizontal recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Put the gun kick control to 0.30 inches and the aim down sight speed at 0.57 ounces. FSS Shark Fin 90, aiming out stability is at 0.40 inches and the aim down sight speed is at 0.23 ounces. CAS 1 381mm, damage range is at 0.23 inches and the recoil steadiness is at 0.27 pounds. So for damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity at the cost of aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. Put on the Oprizat stock for aim walking speed and sprint speed at the cost of aiming stability. I increased the aiming out stability on 1.78 inches and the aim down sight speed by negative 3.48 ounces. True Tac grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of recoil control. I increased the sprint to fire speed by negative 0.16 inches and the aim down sight speed by negative 0.55 ounces. Now this thing, so now I'll show you guys some awesome things. This thing has great range and great accuracy. Now long range is still a little bit more difficult. Like I still would not recommend picking a super long range gunfight. But the short to medium range, you're just killing much faster. Like I think it's literally 2 bullets less. So you can literally tell the difference when you're watching. But the ADS is a little bit slower. So if you're using a basic Vaznev, you're going to be ADSing a lot faster than this. But this still does ADS pretty quick. So if you want to use this, you will have a good time and you will have good luck in more gunfights, in my opinion. Especially if you're already in ADS. So if you're already in ADS, say you're getting a cut off, you're just waiting for them to come around the corner, boom, they're just already dead. It doesn't even matter if that at a distance you're ADS, boom, they're already going to be dead. They're not going to be able to suspect you. Now, there's another thing I want to show you guys, which is basically the base version of this. The base version is pretty good. I have actually 2 versions, base version and the one with tuning. So the base version I think is actually just overall the best. But with tuning, I feel like depending on your playstyle, it actually worked pretty well. So Brune Pendulum, FSS Shark Fin 90, True Tac grip, and Oprizat stock. Now the one with the tuning, here it is. We actually put the gun kick control to 0.30 inches for vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil control at the cost of aiming down sight speed and aiming stability. Now the aim down sight speed is at negative 0.57 ounces. FSS Shark Fin 90, aiming out stability is maxed out. Aim down sight speed is at negative 0.23 ounces for increased aiming out stability. True tack grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of recoil control. Point to sprint to fire speed at -16 inches. And aim down sight speed of -0.55 ounces. Last but not least, the hours at stock at 1.78 inches for aiming out stability and -3.48 ounces for aim down sight speed for aim walking speed and sprint speed at the cost of aiming stability. Now this thing, I think it's pretty good. I think it's actually fantastic. The only downside for this, like I said, I don't think that it is as strong as the one with the barrel. Now it still does ADS extremely fast. Like your sprint to fire speed is fantastic. Sprint to fire speed is great in my opinion. But it sounds crazy to say, but I feel like the base version might just be better. Now, it might just be placebo. Maybe it's just in my head. I'm just going to show you guys in my opinion. Like you see, I feel like it just ADS is either just as fast or maybe it's just all in my head. Like maybe it's in my head. You guys let me know in the comment section down below, like how you feel about which one is better, whether the one with the tuning is better, whether the one without the tuning is better. I just feel like both of these could actually be used very well. So last thing I actually wanted to show you guys is the TAC-56. Now TAC-56 is beautiful, fantastic weapon, and this is actually one of my favorite builds. So I did a little bit of tuning and I left some things alone. High velocity and TV Cardinal stock I left alone. So that is for aim walking speed at the and sprint speed at the cost of aiming stability, and then the high velocity is bullet velocity at the cost of damage range. But what I did change is FSS combat grip for recoil control at the cost of aiming stability. I increased sprint to fire speed by 0.29 inches and the recoil steadiness by 0.03 ounces. You don't have to really tune that. You can just leave that alone if you want to. I also changed the phase 3 grip. That's something that a lot of people actually don't use. Put the weight to -0.08 ounces and the aiming out stability at 0.35 inches. Now, this is for aiming out stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization at the cost of walking speed and aim down sight speed. I also, last but not least, changed the 17.5 Tundra Pro Barrel. I increased the damage range by 0.27 inches and the recoil steadiness by 0.39 pounds. This is damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity at the cost of aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. Now, with all that being said, this thing is insane, and you have plenty of mobility to get the job done. Super, super low recoil. I mean, ridiculously low recoil. I think you just strafe all over the place if you really want to, whether you're just anchoring or you're trying to hold the middle of the map. You're just trying to cut people off. Like, this thing is just going to do the job, and it does plenty of damage. So, whichever you want to use, if you want to use this build, I think that it is in your best interest. I think you'll go crazy. But let me know in the comment section down below which loadout you used. I'll greatly appreciate it.